So this is a new style video we're deciding to do for the channel. I've been doing a bunch of top list rankings on my channel, and I've also wanted to do a bit of collaborations. So I brought my good friend here, Just Too Good, to do this video with me of the drafts of the top themes. So how you
Yep.
feeling about it, Sarah?
Oh, I am so hyped for this. Sorry, I've been not able to record this with you. We've planned this for a couple months already, and
It's
I've
it's
just been
probably
so
only been
busy.
about a month or so because I
That's
think it
true. It
was
felt longer though. I felt like I
like
was
the
like,
beginning of August. I
okay,
was like, we should start thinking of an idea, do something together.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
So
mm-hmm.
the idea that I wanted to do, since you're the guest, we're gonna do it draft style, picking a top 5 themes based on themes
Mm-hmm.
that are available on shelves right now. They can't be retired themes. Just what if you can go to the Lego website, click themes, and it's there. That's our options. For her top 5, I can't pick something for my top 5. So we're gonna go back and forth, and at the end of the video, we're each gonna have a top 5 list, and you guys will vote in the comments. Who do you think had the best list? So Sarah, since you're the guest, go first.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, so I'll start with my number 5. Okay. I am
I
going to. Okay.
start number 1 because if you go with like the
Oh.
bottom of the list, I'll steal some of your top picks.
You see, you are a draft king. I am
Yeah,
so
yeah,
so new to this. You could tell I don't play fantasy football and stuff like that.
exactly.
Okay, number 1, you're right. Okay.
You want to go with the hard hitters first
Yeah.
before I steal them. Yep.
All right. Well, this is a favorite and one that I think is the best, and you'll see that I talk a lot about breadth, which is just the range of variety that a theme could bring. For me, it would be my number 1 pick would be Lego minifigures because there's just so many possibilities with what Lego minifigures can release as CMF series. Now I know things can get a little bit repetitive nowadays, but I mean even this year alone, we got the Spider-Verse CMF, which I
Uh-huh.
think are some of the most detailed minifigures that Lego has ever put out. So that was lovely. Earlier this year, we got series 27, which I thought
Yes.
was highly detailed. Okay, this maybe wasn't the greatest year of Lego minifigures, because in the middle of that, we got that F1 series.
The
I don't know
F1s.
what was Lego was doing there, but the year before it, we got that lovely space series, which took a very narrow idea and just gave us some of the most detailed minifigures. And of course, we got the D&D series, which I was like, oh,
One
D&D,
of
that's
my
going to be so
favorites.
repetitive. One of the best series. I agree with you.
Amazing.
It's so good. The one earlier that year, what was it, series 25 was pretty good too. So yeah. And
It's
you could just keep
consistent.
going back and back and back of just like all these extremely detailed minifigures. It felt like, okay, when they're switching to boxes, when they're switching to $5 price increase, it won't be worth it. But to this day, I think they're still worth it at $5.
Mhm.
And I think the boxes was a great change because little did we know back then when we were complaining that, oh shoot, you could scan the boxes and see what's inside. So
Mhm.
in a way, it's improving. So
Yeah.
yeah, best theme.
Collectible minifigures was my number 1, and it was really funny
Ah,
because when we were looking at it, I actually talked with our friend Andy about this
mhm.
before, and he was like, "Wait a minute, that counts?" And I'm like, "Yes, if you go to lego.com, click themes, it's a series."
Yep.
So, it's one of those ones that I was kind of hoping you wouldn't realize, but
Oh no,
oh, of course you
I
did.
knew I would. Yeah, come on, I do
It's
that every minifigure opening. Of course, I'm going to realize.
Yeah, I
Just
put consistently great quality when it comes to the licensed themes. They're some of the best figures you've ever gotten, like the Marvel ones.
oh
Um,
yeah.
great range of new figures, and you always get new molds every series.
Oh,
Um,
so much lovely ones.
yeah, and then consistent great printing and molding. That's what I got there.
Oh, so
So
worth
I
it.
guess for mine, I have 2 options, and I'm trying to think of the ones that you would pick and steal from me.
Yeah, that's
So
fair.
the one that I think gives, like you said, great variety, great like amount of sets possible.
Hmm.
Icons is my next pick.
Ah, you totally took mine. You totally
I
took mine. That was my number
Icons
2. That was my number 2.
genuinely has the best
Fudge.
variety of any
Dang
sets on shelves. When you're
it.
talking Dune, you're
Oh,
talking like even Lord of the Rings right now is
oh
technically
yeah.
icons.
Right? I mean, look, Simpsons, my favorite
Yes,
Lego theme is icons.
for
Like, oh my
now,
gosh.
for just the
For
Krusty
now.
Burger, but like
Yeah.
so you can't count the goated Simpsons
Oh
home,
yeah, that's true.
but
That's true. I
it,
I'm hoping and praying that we'll keep getting a yearly Simpsons release like Lord of the
mhm,
Rings, but we'll
yeah.
see.
I remember your hype the moment the leaks started popping around. You were
Oh,
so
I was so
ready.
hyped. I was worried that they would switch
Mhm,
to regular minifigure heads, and I was so glad that they kept the old minifigure heads and gave us new characters. I was like, oh,
mhm.
this is perfect.
Yeah. So with icons, I was just thinking about the fact that it's consistently like just branching out. The one thing that was a bit tough was picking between and realizing what the difference between icons and ideas was, because a
Mm.
lot of your favorite icon sets, like I was sitting there looking at it like I love the Ghostbuster car. That's ideas.
Well, I
So
mean, there's the creator expert Ghostbusters car. The big
yes.
one is icons, and the other one's
Yeah.
ideas.
So it's all over the place with certain themes like that, but I still think icons at the end of the day has the best variety, at least
Hmm.
of licensed themes.
Yeah, it just tops ideas just a little bit, because
Yeah.
I feel like we get more of what I want from. I mean, ideas. Well, okay, keep going, keep going.
So that's about all I gotta say about icons, and I'm interested on if based on that you're picking ideas next,
Yes,
because
that was my third
it
pick.
feels like the way everything goes down. Collectible minifigures are perfect.
Mhm.
Icons is great, but icons and ideas go hand in hand.
Oh yeah, this year there's so many great ideas sets. I want the Willy Wonka so bad.
I
There's
forget
also
that's not icons. Like
yeah,
that's one
that's
of those ones
ideas.
that feels icons, but it's ideas.
I know, right? And I mean, but that's the thing. Sometimes ideas. I mean, to be fair, icons the same way, but like sometimes ideas has like I don't care about the mineral collection, but I'm looking right here. The minifigure vending machine is one of my favorites of this year.
Oh, that
Luxo
thing is beautiful.
Junior is like a top 3 set
That's
this
idea.
year. That is
I
ideas. The
thought that
Luxo
was just
Junior.
Disney.
Nope,
Oh,
nope, nope. That's
okay.
ideas. And then I have a soft spot for the Twilight House. That's like crazy. Like that's my
Oh
type
my
of set.
gosh.
The
Our
Italian
friends
Riviera.
our friends were geeking over that thing.
Oh
All of
yeah.
them were like in love. They're like, Andrew, you gotta get the Twilight House. I'm like, I like the movies. I think they're funny, but I'm not spending the $200 for just a like I the problem with me, a little off topic with that the that house is the fact that unless you are a big fan of that movie, you are not going to recognize it. You're just going to think it's a rich man's house,
Oh
which it
yeah.
is.
Which
But it's
I literally I love give me a rich man's house because I love like
the
modern type of
architecture.
architecture and
Hmm.
we don't usually get that from like city, we would get that from Friends and I love Friends, but the colors of Friends are a little bit too I guess unrealistic in some ways. This is like a very realistic house, which I love
Hmm.
that. So I do want that. I still need to get that because yeah, I have the same problem where it's like, oh, it's 200. These are nostalgic movies, but I don't really like the movies that much. But yeah, the minifigure vending machine I love. Italian Riviera I really like. I mean, I just think I prefer the original submission more. Gizmo I want to get. Like it's one banger after
Hmm.
another up in here. So like I really love ideas. And once again it has that variety of different licenses and different
Hmm.
concepts. Evolution of STEM is a set that I wouldn't even like. I don't really care about
Yep.
that much, but it's like that's so different from anything else in the market from
You
Lego.
never get it if ideas never existed.
Yeah, it's
So
crazy.
for what I wrote down, as I said, it's always nice because you always get a consistent stream of sets. It's always like 2 or 3 sets every wave. You're
Mhm.
getting idea sets all the time. It's also one of the best like value per money themes, I
Oh,
feel.
yeah. Yeah, yeah,
You're
yeah, for
always
sure.
getting a good bang for your buck with an idea set. And then I put the community tends to cook and Godzilla.
I'm hyped for that.
I'm
That's
so
gonna be
excited
awesome.
for Godzilla. But it's
That's gonna
just
be
like
crazy.
yeah. So it came down where it was like number 2 and 3 for me were also icons and ideas. And it was just a matter of which one am I picking. So now for my second pick, I kind of have to go with the obvious. The one that I'm the main collector of, the
I
one that the
know what you're
entire
gonna say.
minifigure stand is. I got to
Yeah.
go with Star Wars.
Okay.
The
That's
thing
one that
is,
does not overlap with my picks, you could take
I
it.
I know it wasn't going to, but I also
Perfect.
know if we went another 20 minutes in this video, I didn't mention Star Wars or you didn't mention Star Wars, so my fan base would have been a little bit confused. It is my favorite theme Lego has ever made, technically. It's just over the 20 years. This set right here, the Anakin Starfighter, is the one that got me into Lego back in the day.
Oh,
Like
nice.
it's like
You got
I've
the
been
box for that.
consistently buying it.
Yeah.
I bought it
That's so
sealed
cool.
when I found one at
Oh,
decent
that's
price on eBay.
perfect. That's
Yeah.
perfect. That's awesome.
So it's like I've been collecting it forever. It's the thing that even got me back into Lego when I started seeing the Rogue One sets back in the day. I was like, these
Oh,
are
hell yeah.
beautiful. So it was like got the Y wing and stuff from the Zoids. It's like yes, the problem with Star Wars is the consistency with quality. But
Mhm.
even if you take like,
Well,
I
also
think
the problem is that they have holes in their helmets. Like, why would they do that?
I'm one of the people who don't fully mind that. I can see where people come from with it, but it's definitely not my number one issue with Lego Star Wars right now. It's definitely the price. It's definitely the fact that these sets are
No,
way
yeah,
too
an
much
outsider
money.
looking in, like for me, like my two favorite Star Wars sets this year are the weird ones, the Gingerbread House and that Rebuild the
Mhm.
Galaxy ones. But they're like $20 more than what I would pay for them. It's like
Yeah.
I saw your review on the gingerbread one, and I was
Oh,
like,
you
I
actually
do
watched the
want it.
review that came out
I
today?
did, I did see that because I'm interested in
Dude,
that set. I was like,
I
oh
gotta
shit.
tell you, someone in my comments section said it's already back ordered through December 29th. So
Oh my
if you want it,
god.
just buy it.
December 29th is my birthday. Yeah, I should have
Oh,
bought it. Crap. That
yeah.
means they're going to be making a lot more. I mean, this one sold way better, I guess, than the holiday scene that they did with like the
It,
sequel trilogy people. Like,
yeah.
but this was such a cool set. I mean, like, even just has one minifigure, but that's like one of my favorite minifigures of the year. That
Oh,
that
one
gingerbread Vader, so
the
good.
coolest Christmas Star Wars figure they've ever made, and
Yeah,
that's
not
the
even an
thing
advent calendar. Like, it's better than any of the
yes,
advent calendar ones. Like,
exactly. Yeah, when it came to Star Wars, it's kind of one of those things where it's like I also love the fact that Star Wars is like undeniably one of the biggest franchises when it comes to content that's available. And the
mhm.
fact that 80% of that content has had Lego figures, had Lego things. There you could look around a random episode of the Clone Wars, be like, that guy, I have them in Lego. And it's one of the coolest things because I'm
Yeah,
sitting here now with One Piece, which is a world that's a very similar in size to Star
funny you
Wars.
mentioned that. Oh my
And
god.
oh no, I shouldn't have spoke. It's on my list too. But oh man. But yes. Anyways, it's yeah, it's like something that's so consistent in size. It's like I'm like, oh my god, they could make 100 One Piece sets and it still wouldn't equal the percentage of like what we've gotten with
Mhm,
Star Wars. My grading every Lego Star Wars set series,
mhm,
I
mhm.
realized there is 900 Lego Star Wars sets.
I thought there
If
was more. I thought there was more. That's
um
crazy.
it's around 1,500 minifigures, around 900 sets.
Wow, I thought there would
Um,
be, like, more than 1,000 sets, but that's
it's
interesting,
that's
wow.
the thing. I think it might be updating, like with the new Gingerbread AT-AT. It might be more since I
Mm.
last checked the list.
Mhm,
But it's like the fact of the matter is, it's like I can talk about three sets per video and have a 300 part series for my YouTube
that's
channel. Like
insane. That's
it's
insane.
it's an endless variety and quantity of it that it's just like there's if you are a fan of the series, which I know you're not the biggest fan of Star Wars, that like if
Unfortunately.
you are like me, where some of my favorite fictional characters ever made were Star Wars, you can
Mhm.
just hop right in and
Oh,
just
yeah.
like Darth Maul, my one of my favorite fictional characters ever. He's got like 15 variants of his character. What other franchise or anything
I
Lego
will
can you
say,
say that?
there is one, Harry Potter. Harry
Oh,
Potter,
yes.
those movies, they'll give
You're
you every character and every
every
background
you're totally
It's
right. That
insane.
slipped my mind because they just remake everything. Because
Oh my
that's the thing,
gosh, a
Harry
billion
Potter
times.
isn't as expansive as Star Wars is,
Yeah.
but the products are.
I know we get so many sets per year. It's like I feel like that's the biggest license besides Star Wars at this point. Like we get so many
I
sets.
think there was a list that came out like 2 years ago about like the top 5 like themes of Lego, and it
Hmm.
was like it was Technic, Star Wars, City, Ninjago, Harry Potter as like the top 5 highest sellers, and I'm like, Harry Potter is a top 5 seller? Like, hey, if they're
Crazy.
spying it, keep making it. But you are right. I
Mhm.
think every Harry Potter character probably has a figure. It'd be hard. I'd be hard pressed to find one who has one.
Legit, it's like background characters. They'll make like I think they started slipping like game characters from the games and like
Ugh.
movie sets. I'm like, what are they doing here? But Harry Potter fans, I guess they're eating good.
But
But
alrighty, your
yeah,
next pick
my
number
next pick
3.
is One
You
Piece
are
because this is one that isn't expansive at the moment, but it's just every set from it is a banger, and there's some of the most detailed sets I've ever seen for a licensed theme yet. It's kind of insane. Like it's giving me Lone Ranger vibes, where Lone Ranger has like
yes.
each set was a banger. It was such a small license. But what's making me happy is that apparently there's going to be a second wave of this, and this one got even more attention than Lone Ranger, getting like a set that's over what $300.
Mhm.
Just beautiful
Or not the game.
minifigures. beautiful, different like variety. There's a variety of different builds where you have like a circus tent, you have a boat, you have a restaurant, you have the shack over here. Like I don't even care about One Piece, and there you go. Yeah, that's totally
I'm in
different
the
from any of the
middle
other
of
sets.
building it when we started this.
That's awesome. Oh, perfect. There you go. Yeah. So
yeah.
I love it, honestly. And I don't care about One Piece, and it actually got me into it, which is something very rare licenses do. But I mean, then again, like I fell for Lego Angry Birds, even though the movie sucked.
Oh, the movies were bad, but the
It was
sets and
bad.
like the figures are
I love
interesting
those.
enough.
Yeah, exactly. But this is better than Angry Birds because it's just so detailed. It's like some of the most, and the best prices too, honestly. Like amazing prices.
Oh yeah, what's this set? It comes with 5 figures, 900 pieces, 80 bucks.
80 bucks. Yeah, great. It's like imagine if Star Wars gave us that value. Like
oh dude,
yeah, it's crazy.
It's unreal. Like you look at it, it's literally like the same size box as the turbo tank the Juggernaut was, and you're like the price is literally double.
Like, it's crazy. It's insane.
It's crazy, but it's also like I was curious on if the fact of the One Piece sets prices are so low because they weren't sure if it'd do good.
That's what I feel, because like that's kind of what they did with like Lone Ranger and things like that, where they go ham on licenses that they're kind of iffy on,
Yeah, but like I knew it was one of those things that like when One Piece was announced, it felt too good to be true. And when I'm starting to see the builds and stuff, Going Mary's sitting right behind me, Barati is up in the corner. I'm just need the buggy tent, and I have every single One Piece set that was made.
Yeah.
And it's just like I like the series. I'm almost caught up to where the manga is. Did you ever watch it?
No, I didn't. So I
you're just a fan of what Lego has done.
Exactly.
And
exactly.
That's a crazy thing that you, as someone who hasn't watched it, are just as interested as I am.
Yeah, legit. Well, my idea was to build the sets and watch this series. And I've just been so busy, I haven't built the sets. But yeah, I will eventually. I just need some time. Yeah.
The one thing I also thought was really cool about it is that in One Piece, I can grab the Usopp, because the characters, they don't just give you repeats. They give you a little bit, but they'll give you different outfits for the same characters.
I mean, look, even like the hair hat combo is a different color. Like I love that so much. And like that, I love that character's outfit. And of course, Nami's character's outfit, where they're just casual torsos that you can use on minifigs.
Mihawk is one of my favorite figures of the year. They did him so beautifully with the great big sword. It's like all the new molds to make it like more accurate with like the 3 sword style with Zoro having the mouthpiece. Like I was like, how are they going to do that? They're not going to be able to do that, right? And they did everything that I was like, how are they going to handle that?
So that mouthpiece I love that piece that you could like hold the sword and stuff like that.
Yeah, you get an extra one in each set he's in. So I have like 4 or 5 now.
But I love it's a very out of left field license for Lego, and I love that. I mean, it's they did it justice. I mean, from what I could see as an outsider,
I also hope that this opens the door for more anime. It's like one of those things where it's like, yes, it's the Netflix version, but you also still definitely had to talk to Shonen, the company that owns One Piece, to do it. Which means if you've talked to them, there's an open door there.
Like I'll say this. I almost put, like Lego Mario, Lego Mario, it's gotten a little bit better, but like there's just so much crap in that theme. I don't care. But like my favorite set of the year is technically a Mario set. The Game Boy is my favorite set of the year. That's technically
Mario.
I mean, it's considered Mario on like Lego Shop at Home. It does have a Mario cartridge, so we'll count it. But that's my favorite set of the year. But it's just like there's so much in that theme I don't care about. Even with Wario, and even with the Bowser Castle for Wonder that came out this year, and the Mario Kart, like there's still just the rest of it's just so disposable.
So are like the NES and like the TV set, were those
that was considered a Lego Mario set as well. Yeah, because I guess maybe if they just start making like dedicated like a whole wave of Nintendo, they would do that. But for now, they're called the Super Mario Game Boy. Like even when I got the offers, like Super Mario set, blah blah blah.
For my next pick, I'm between 2, and I think I'm gonna go with Fortnite.
That's a good pick.
We both been playing Fortnite with each other recently, so it's been on my mind. And I will say right off the jump, one of the things that pushed me to want to put this on my list is I think the Battle Bus is one of the best Lego sets ever made.
I agree.
Like 10 11 figures, $100, 1,200
amazing
pieces.
Figures, amazing price, amazing build. It's awesome.
It's while the rest of Fortnite isn't the most amazing price things, they're
Yeah.
still relatively okay when you compare them to like Star Wars and stuff.
Mhm.
Like they're
I
a
I mean,
little
like, they
bit less
really
than
they
that.
kinda blew theirself in the foot with, like, releasing that battle
The,
bus, like, so amazingly priced right out the start, like, it's like,
yeah,
"Oh my gosh," like, the figures in there are so detailed, and it's so cheap.
so good. You get
Yeah.
Drift, you get the Cuddle Team Leader,
Ah,
and
yeah.
that's the other thing that's great about the few Fortnite sets we've gotten so far. There is like only one dud figure out of the 20 something they've added. If you're not counting the skeleton, like it's like everything that was
Which
made
one's
with
the dud?
Fortnite. I think there's one character in the Durr Burger that's like an all black guy with a hood and a mask,
Oh,
and
I like
it's
that figure, I don't
you
really know
like
that
that figure? I
skin.
thought it was
It's
very
fine.
basic. It was
It's a
plain.
little more basic than the rest, but, I mean, the 2 other figures in there, not counting the skeleton, are so good, like,
Yes.
it's, like,
So it's like
crazy.
maybe that's the reason why I think it's so much worse because the other figures like the Bright Bomber and the Durr Burger are genuinely some of the coolest figures they've
Oh,
dropped
yeah,
this
but I
year.
still liked, like, it was, like, a new color for the hood. They
Oh,
had
is
good
it? Oh.
torso and face print, yeah,
I thought
and
that
then
was the same color as like Miles Morales.
oh, what? I thought it was a different maybe I'm wrong, I don't know,
Might have
but,
been.
yeah, I mean, for me, like, on one hand, I like that we got, like, the Peely piece is cool, but, like, getting, like, 3 Peelies was a
That's
little bit like,
the
yeah.
they need to work on their variety, but I will say,
Yeah.
like, the builds are fun. Like, other than that one little wolf thing, that huge mega mech thing is crazy. Even though
Oh,
I
yeah.
never buy it, it's an insane build. Yeah, when it comes to the Fortnite, the Durr Burger, I think is a nice little fun little like it's almost like modular with the way they made it, so like the walls can come up and move around.
Yeah, because I
Um,
think that's, like, to imitate, like, when you destroy walls, it's
Destroy the
like
walls in
yeah.
this thing. So they're decent sets in like Columbos, really cute.
Mhm.
So
Yeah,
it's
Columbo
like
is cute.
they definitely need to release more for me to want to put it a little higher. Like this one I'm a little bit questionable about, but it's more of a fact of I thought maybe you would take this, so I left the other one for later.
No, I mean, that was
So
it. I would've taken it if I thought of it later in the list
gotcha,
if you didn't,
gotcha.
but
Yeah.
yeah.
So that's my pick. So well, what's your next one?
I hate saying this, and I'm gonna be roasted by my community if they saw this video. Harry Potter.
Oh no way!
I know, I'm
No
sorry.
way!
I this is not my favorites. I'm just saying, like, okay, if we're realistic
If you're
here, they
talking
have
about
the
themes and
crazy
what you get.
detailed sets. They have these insanely detailed sets and insanely detailed minifigures, and they're pretty good prices if you ask me. That's why at the beginning I was kind of like, okay, these are gonna be kind of my favorites. This
That's
one's not my favorite. This is a very least favorite.
yeah,
Gosh
but you have
darn.
to admit when it comes to the poll, and you're thinking of the points of what the viewers, not just
Mhm,
you, are thinking.
mhm, mhm,
I can see why you picked that, but it is
mhm. It's
so
so
funny
detailed.
hearing
It
that
is.
come out your
It
mouth.
is. It is.
It's
I in a world, no offense to the Harry Potter fans who are still very trans supportive, I
yeah,
would say, hey, look, let's get another theme that's attention. But
in
dang,
a
the attention it gets is kind of crazy, and just
yeah,
the detailed
in a world
minifigures,
where
detailed set.
Rowling was a good person.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Thank you. Oh, you're gonna get your fans to turn against you. No. But yeah, no. Like my favorite video figure of 2025 might be the big balloon Aunt Marge.
That
It's
is a fun
so
figure.
funny. The sets are detailed. We get constant amount of sets. There's a variety of sets. I mean, I wanted that Gringotts Bank so bad. I won't buy it,
That
but
is that is a good set. I'll give you
mhm.
that. I always thought Gringotts Bank was a little bit funny with the way that it's like stacked on top of the underneath. But like
Mhm.
when you're looking at like Diagon Alley, like even if you're talking about the new one or the old one, I remember as a kid because I think the old one came out around the time of like the Deathly Hollows 1 and 2 in theaters.
Mhm.
It basically came down to the fact of like my mom being like, "Do you want the Death Star or do you want Diagon Alley?" And I was just like, "Death Star." So it was like a hard decision because those sets were beautiful even back in the day. And did Harry Potter ever stop and then come back?
It did. It stopped in 2011 and it came back in 2018. So
Okay,
it was
I had a
7 years.
feeling there was a gap. I
Mhm.
just didn't know how long it was or when it was, but it feels like yeah, there's like the two separate eras, or almost like three
Yeah.
separate eras, where the yellow skin tone figures and
Oh,
stuff.
yeah, you could say that. I mean, yeah, I mean, I used to be huge into Harry Potter, so I know all about it.
Mhm.
Like, technically in between that there was the dimension sets if you want to
Oh
count
yeah,
that.
yeah.
I think 2012 had one minifigure release as part of the book.
The,
But yeah,
the
that was like the separate
was
eras.
the Fantastic Beasts between then, or was
Well,
that part of the
only
2018 line?
Dimensions Fantastic Beast was, so 2 packs, but we also got that Harry Potter and Voldemort team pack for Dimensions and a Hermione fun pack. But yeah, 2018 we got the other 2 Fantastic Beast sets and the CMF series, and then
Gotcha.
like 6 regular Harry Potters. And I think that was it for Fantastic
Yeah,
Beasts. I don't think we got anything after that because it seemed like
it
Fantastic
wasn't
Beasts.
popular. It
It
wasn't
wasn't
popular.
popping, but yet that brought back Harry Potter,
It
and then they
did.
just kept going with Harry Potter, and it was funny because in Harry Potter Series 2, they gave no Fantastic Beast characters, even though Series 1
The
had, like,
movies were
5.
out and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
like they
then
were
the
still
3rd
releasing
movie
them.
yeah, the 3rd movie, they didn't even give us any sets for, which I thought was funny, but yeah.
Yeah.
So
Well, didn't it flop crazy?
yeah, but it's funny because I think it probably did better than some other movies that we did get sets for, like, the Marvels, like
Yeah, yeah.
but,
But yeah, Harry Potter wasn't on my list, but yeah, I completely see where you were coming from. Like
mhm.
that makes a whole lot of sense. But as we were talking about it, uh you know what the other 2 big things I basically collect are, and it's the superhero stuff. And
Yeah.
for me, it comes down to the fact of which one has been treated better, DC or Marvel. And any day of the week, which my next pick will be, it'll be Marvel. I gotta pick
The
Marvel
only
as my
day
next
I
choice.
would disagree would be like, the Lego Batman movie era, we ate
Oh
so
my
well if you count
gosh.
that as DC, like, oh my god, they went
Yeah.
all out. 2 minifigure series, amazing sets, amazingly priced sets, amazing detailed, but
Yeah.
yeah, I'm
When it came down to it, it was like I was thinking about it in the terms of just like the consistency. And
mhm.
even though I'm not the hugest fan of every single wave giving you a Spider-Man car, Spider-Man motorcycle versus random villain, you still get what are indeed my favorite sets of each year, the modulars.
Mhm.
Those the Marvel modulars, the 4
Well,
we've
except
gotten.
we didn't there's
We
only
can get one this year.
yeah,
But
no, I think there's only 3, right? Am I tripping?
well, X Mansion, uh,
Daily
Avengers Tower,
Bugle.
Daily Bugle,
Oh, 4,
Sanctum
4, yeah, I
Sanctorum.
forgot Adventures
Yes.
Hour, I'm sorry, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, we skipped one this year because DC
Because
got,
DC got it. And
Darkman.
it's like it makes me have a little bit of hope that in the next few years maybe we'll have a little bit of DC love,
Yeah.
especially if there is that fear that they might lose the license, like the rumors have
No,
said.
I don't think so because I mean
I
it seems
don't
like
think
we
so
got
either.
weak years, but like we're getting that Batman game. Like
Oh, I didn't think that the Batman game will definitely cause a bit
yeah,
of a rise in Batman
I mean,
sets and
and we
DC sets.
see that there's like 4 sets rumored for spring, so hopefully this is. And what I like is that okay, it seems like the rumored sets are listed to be Batmobiles that are $30. That's good because the reason Batmobiles is they've been like ridiculously expensive. Like that Batman the Animated Series
Yeah.
Batmobile was $55, but it was
What
about
was
the size of
the
a $3 set.
what was the one that recently came out when it
Oh,
comes to DC that was like the one
Batman
from like
Forever.
yeah, for
Yeah,
80
that was like
bucks?
90 or 80 or
90?
90, yeah.
No. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, when it came to stuff like that and you look at like the modern sense, I definitely pick Marvel over DC
Yeah.
in that sense.
Oh, I'm with you.
And when it comes to Marvel, it's like yeah, they've had the beautiful range of figures. And then I don't know if you can count the CMFs for the Marvel into
Mhm.
it. Maybe, maybe not. I thought that that was like
It's
a
tricky, I didn't think
iffy
about
thing
that.
because
Yeah.
it's like it definitely says Lego Marvel
Yeah,
collectible minifigures. Like it's one of the
that's a
few
hard
things that
one.
might actually cross themes.
Yeah.
Um, so we can have the comments debate that if that even counts. But it's
My
like,
thing
yeah,
with Marvel though, it's like it's one of the themes I buy the most of and I keep up
mhm,
with, but I'm just like it's been really crappy with a lot of sets this year where like, we think of some of the worst sets that came out this year, and I'm thinking Marvel with the Endgame set,
yep,
that Justin Hammer set that came out for Iron Man 2, that there's like more random disposable like Venom car and things like that it's really like 1 or 2 sets from Marvel that I love, but it's just filled with a lot of overpriced crap. And even the sets that I like the Spider-Verse set or like the Oscorp, it's very
they're a bit
overpriced.
pricey.
Yeah.
Yep.
And even the minifigures on some of those, it's like you really skimped
Like
out
the Eddie
here.
Brock, your review
Yeah.
really put it in perspective when it was like Eddie Brock has like nothing that's exclusive or
Nothing.
something.
Yeah,
And you're
nothing.
like, what?
I know,
It,
literally. It's like, what's going on here? Yeah, like they're
yeah.
all reprints and things like that. Like even
But
like
then
I think the same was with Norman Osborn. It's like
yeah.
you look at One Piece and it's like, this is going crazy. Or Harry Potter. Oh my gosh, the details are crazy. And it's like, this doesn't have a budget or something.
Yeah, the reuse of like every face, like Hawkeye and like Captain America having the same face. There's that. We're talking about all the downsides of themes. I'm trying. Let me.
That's why. Sorry, that was me being negative. That's why I was being negative. I was like, that's why I didn't pick Marvel.
It's easy to try to point out the negatives, but it's like when it comes to like some things I wrote about Marvel, it's got like similar to Star Wars. Most heroes you ever want, unless they're the rated R superstars, you are getting them in like. There's very few like maybe
it's not like it's not like currently like DC. We're really stuck to Batman, it seems.
Yeah.
At least Marvel, like, yeah, it's a lot of Avengers and Spider-Man, but they'll cover all these things in Avengers.
You'll get the Guardian movie tie-ins. You'll get all these movie tie-ins. Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't do like one for Thunderbolts. That's the one biggest like confusion. But
that was weird.
When you look back, you still can get like a red Guardian figure, a Taskmaster figure.
I think the only ones we're missing is what, John Walker, Captain America, and Bob, right? Probably.
Yeah. And when you look at the entire MCU and realize, like, when you're how I was looking at it, when it comes to the cast that was announced for Doomsday, we have like 22 out of the 26 characters announced as figures. Like the only other two were Nightcrawler and Mystique. And you're just like, whoa, we have like the huge rogues gallery of Marvel as figures.
It's crazy.
DC, you can't really say the same.
Yeah, that's true.
It's very
well. Again, Lego Batman movie did treat us pretty well with that. They did kind of get us.
King. You were like,
that was crazy.
Polka Dot Man exists.
I know. I learned all these characters. But yeah, I mean, like even like I say they do the Avengers and Spider-Man, but we got a Fantastic Four set. Like we even got that. For the ones that were all missing. I mean, was it great? No, but
we got still... Fantastic Four at the end of the day, and the Galactus build I did think was pretty good.
Honestly, that was a surprisingly good. Like when I built, I was like, okay, figure? I do like this. Yeah, I usually don't like those buildable figures. And I'm like, okay, this won me over. But I do feel like the minifigures are pretty weak in there. The dual molded legs are missing.
So let's move on. Your final pick.
My final pick would be Lego Disney.
Okay.
Because this one I do like. Even though Disney's a big evil mega corporation, I love. My second favorite set of the year is the Wall-E set, and what I think Disney's been excelling with this year is buildable figures. I love that Wall-E set, which is I think the best price set of the year. It's like $70, and it's like what 800, 900 pieces, and you get like 4 characters in it. Like, and they actually put like a very detailed Wall-E build, a very detailed Eve build. Threw in Mo, but that's all awesome. And then I love that 101 Dalmatian set, which is superposable and things like that.
The actual Dalmatian. I thought you were talking about her car, which is also another good set.
That's a good set. A little overpriced, but good set. And then like we had the smaller Dalmatian set, which was good too. I do like this year they've been doing some minifigure sets. So we got Lilo and Stitch's house.
I still need to get mine from Jeff. He has mine sitting there because Joe found them at the Costco for like $22. Do you remember that?
That was
crazy.
Them
all out, and I'm just like, I'm waiting for mine. But that's a great set.
Yeah.
Even at the like $80 price point, it's still a good set.
Yeah.
Like,
no
matter how
that.
you look at it.
Like it's give me and you mentioned the Cruella card. Give me those classic animation ideas from Disney and give us some minifigure sets based on them. Because I could do away with the mini doll stuff, but like the mini doll stuff to me, I would rather buy the Marvel stuff, but it's not like egregious to the level of Marvel where it's like, okay, like the Marvel stuff, when it's shit to me.
Yeah.
Like the mini doll stuff, like I could appreciate it, but it's more like, okay, this isn't for me. So yeah, that's not to say like, the 30th anniversary Toy Story set I thought was pretty disappointing. Like, okay, we're really doing another 4+ Toy Story set. It's like the only redeemable thing here is like, okay, this cool Buzz Lightyear, but Bo Peep, and you're like putting it in this like overpriced set.
Train.
It's not perfect. Yeah, the train again.
The other train I ended up getting because Moana is like my favorite Disney princess, and I needed a Moana figure, so I waited for that set to go on sale. But yeah, when it comes to Disney, they are a little bit hit and miss, but I find some of those weird sets like the villain book thing interesting.
I like that one. They had VHSs in there. Like that was cool.
They're interesting builds. And personally, my favorite of those ones are, I might have missed you saying it, the camera. with
Oh, I didn't even think
Bambi
about
and
that. That was
Dumbo.
good. That was
Beautiful
crazy.
set with a
That was
Walt Disney figure
crazy.
himself.
Yeah, that was
Genuinely
insane.
one of the best sets of the last few years.
And that
And
was the best year of Disney because we got that, we
yep.
got the villain set, we got, the Up House that year, it was, like,
Yes.
insane, like, that was it was Disney 100, so it made sense, but and then
Mhm.
the Disney 100 CMF series, do we count that, do we don't, but, like, that's, like, my favorite licensed CMF series in terms of just, like, banger after banger. The
Yeah.
Spider-Verse kind of
Those were
neck
so
and
I
neck, but
I
it's
ended up
still good.
getting it was funny because in Chicago when Joe's car died,
Mhm.
we were stuck at a hotel room for our last day of Chicago, and there was a Target next door, and it ended up
Mhm.
being a thing where it was like we were looking at the Legos, we were all gonna buy something just to build, and when it came down to those CMFs, I was like scanning most of them, and at the end of the day, I was like, I want to get like 10 of these. I'm just going to get the other two. Like, let's get a complete set. I
Yeah.
had no intention of getting them until they were in my hand and I was looking at the figures and going, oh, those are actually like peak Disney figures. They
Legit.
are
I still
amazing.
love Pinocchio, and I want more
Yeah.
minifigures like Pinocchio with that big old nose.
Funky figure. Disney was a solid pick.
Mhm.
And funny enough, I was looking at my thing in my list and I never fully finished it, but it was like collectible minifigures, Star Wars, One Piece, Marvel Ideas, Icons, Fortnite, Lord of the Rings, which I forgot was Icons
Mhm.
earlier. So I had everything listed. So I did a quick little search and I was just like, what's the last theme that I would pick for my number 5? And I think I got to go with probably the most obvious pick because Ninjago is really cool.
Okay, fair. Yeah, I mean, I just got tired of it over time, but I can't discount
Me
how
too.
cool it is. It's like Monkey Kid for me, where I think they both have these bangers, and I'm just like not into it because I've been so familiar with it at early days, and I'm like,
Mhm.
but totally understand that. But yeah, there's some.
I loved Ninjago when it first came out, but it
Mhm,
was kind of the thing for me that it just became the new villain of the week after a few
mhm,
waves. I liked the
mhm.
skeletons, I liked the snakes, but I wasn't really a huge fan of whatever the third one was, and I didn't end up getting any of those
Stone
sets and I dropped
people.
it. Yeah. So I was just like I was like, okay, all right, where are we going? But now I look back at it and you don't understand how upset I am that I've missed all the Ninjago city sets, those big
Mm,
ones. Like Markets is on right now, but the Gardens is amazing. Normal Ninjago City is beautiful. And I
mhm.
should have got them all. Like I was collecting Lego when those things were on shelves. Like that was when Ninjago movie came out. And
I'm
those
so
are
grateful I
beautiful.
got them, but I think I'm missing the last 2, and I'm like, "Oh, I really gotta bite on
Yeah.
the second to last because I need to get that," like,
If you were missing the last two, that's the best two because now trying to find a Ninjago City, I'm like, okay, well, I'm getting none of them now. I'm missing out on all these beautiful sets because I just didn't get them when I started.
Well, it's
And
never too late to start. If the last 2 are the
oh
best 2,
boy.
you could start that, and then there'll be 50 more.
And the other thing that really made me pick Ninjago for my last pick is the the Ninjago Legends stuff that came out in the last year has
Mhm,
almost re made me reinterested because like that Guardian Dragon, the
mhm,
green dragon at 150,
mhm.
beautiful. I love
It
that
does
set.
it's like one of the best dragons they've done, you
It,
know?
I think it is the best dragon they've done. And I'm definitely gonna get this, but it's one of those ones I'm like, well, let me wait for it to be a little bit on sale. 150 for a theme I don't normally collect is still a bit much, but it's one of those ones that like before it retires, I'm putting that on my shelf. That thing is beautiful, and seeing it like in person. When we were at Chicago, they showed them in
Mhm.
person for the first time, and they're beasts. They're
Yeah.
beautiful builds. If Ninjago's doing stuff like this to this year, and they've had beautiful things in the past, it seems like they're just going to continue to thrive with just a little bit of stuff like small $15 little cars mixed in there for the
Well,
kids.
like the stuff you mentioned in Legends this year, they're like 14 plus, and it seems like that kind of started, more recently beyond the Ninjago City. Because I remember the year before they had that lovely, it was like a play set that was like that cliff or whatever it was. Do you remember that one?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That was so cool, and that was like a 14 plus set. So I like that they're kind of doing these older range sets that aren't necessarily 18 plus, so they're not like $1 billion.
Yeah.
But yeah, though we do got the Ninjago cities, which are more expensive. But Ninjago City, very pricey, but it always feels like they're worth the price. They don't
Yeah.
feel
I'm
overpriced.
looking at Markets right now. 370 for 6,000 pieces. Come on, man.
That's amazing. It's amazing.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. But yeah, that's our 5 listed down on the screen right here. Let us know in the comments. I'll actually put a pull up on my like community posts for you guys to vote which one of us you think had the best one.
Oh, that's
And
good. Yeah.
maybe if we do another video in the future, we can announce who the winner was or
That sounds
something.
good. No, I'm
But
down. And
yeah.
also, like, I will give a shout out to the Bricklink design program stuff. I'm just
Ooh,
so unfamiliar with them, but like every set I look in there is a banger. I just like have not familiarized
yeah,
myself with most of those because I'm just like I have big FOMO for that. I'm like,
yeah,
like not FOMO, but I basically missed out on so much of it that I'm like, I can't get into this. I don't even want
yeah.
to look at it, you know?
Yeah, the Vampire Castle was
Oh
really cool.
yeah.
Now that you mention it, it's like, yeah, that is a really cool one. I'll give a little shout out to DC because even though you're in a rough time, it's
Mhm.
still a great thing. And like over the years, there was some great stuff.
I was also gonna say, you know, if we're talking about my favorite themes for this, one of my favorite things is Sonic the Hedgehog, but I think the theme sucks. It's just like I love Sonic, and I'm like, I'll take whatever I could get with that theme.
Yeah, I was looking at the Sonic sets, and for the most part, I'm like, I don't really care for them, but the figures are great.
The
Like,
figures are great.
but I
Once in a while,
can't. That's
they'll have
not
a
enough
banger
for me.
Sonic set, but yeah, it's like
Yeah.
most of they just make up random crap, and it's like, okay,
Yes.
I don't know what's
Yeah.
going on here. But
I have random crap sitting on my floor right now that I'm ready to build eventually. I just have no urge because I'm like, oh, I'll get a cool shadow figure. Like the build is garbage. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I
This was
really
so much
appreciate you,
fun.
Sarah, for
Yeah, of
finally
course.
coming on and doing this. This was a lot of fun.
Yeah. Oh my
I didn't
god.
think. Imagine if we really went through the top 10. We've been recording for nearly an hour. If we originally thought top 10, and I was like, maybe we should cut it down to 5, and I think it worked
I
out
could
well.
literally I would be because it's so much fun. I'm having so much fun. I would be down to, but it would just be me scrapping at like
Yeah,
I don't
once you
know what
got to
else
the
to
end,
pick.
I'd be like, am I picking friends? like, am I going with
Yeah.
city? Technic? Is that our option? It's like there's only really like 30 themes on shelves right now or something, and some of the ones at
Yeah.
the bottom, it's like I'm not picking brickheads no matter what I do.
Ill. No, I know. I was gonna make a joke about that. Like Friends, City, Jurassic World, I guess would show up. I don't.
Yeah, I like the dinosaurs.
Yeah, I like the
when,
dinosaurs. Yeah.
when you bring it to the top 5, which
So
basically ends up being like our top 10 since we
Mhm.
were going back and forth, we got a great variety here.
Yeah, I was like, that was a solid 5, you know, for both of us. So, like you said,
But all right.
all right. Well, yeah, check out my channel, Just Too Good. But yeah,
Like, subscribe, click the hype button, and we'll see y'all later. Peace.
bye.